Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Judith Leonard. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you. Then if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always keeping me in business. I love you muchos. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel up till this time, what are you waiting for? Guys, I bring wholesome content from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Guys, I take my time to dish out this content. Abeg, help me now. Click that subscribe button. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Check, it should be by this side or this side. Have you done that? Okay, let's dig into today's topic. Today's topic is not the regular topic. It's not something everybody we like. Makeup, how to make money, relationships and all that. But today's video is going to be something different, something that I've noticed over time that affects women over time when they don't hit what I'm going to say now. So from everything I'm going to say now, husband is an income earner and the salary stops coming. What happens to you? What becomes of you? Are you going to go back to the village? Are you going to go back to start begging? How do you start? Remember, you have to help yourself before the next person helps you. And trust me, people are watching. So the first thing you need to do is to tell yourself the truth. Yes, no problem. If you're a housewife, no problem. But you need to follow these steps to know what exactly to do. So if nothing is happening around you, if your husband starts having issues, you people will end up in domestic violence. Now, statistics have shown that most of the domestic violence issues we'll have are centered around money and maybe love, infidelity and all that. But if you have your own money, if you make your own money, if you are good, no man will come to beat you up, no man will want to mess around with you. That is the truth. Like, I'm not saying it won't happen, but we're looking at the percentage. So here I have some points I've already written down that I want to talk to you guys about, and I need you to run with it as fast as you can. This is what you don't read in any book. This is what, most times in life, until a particular issue is pointed directly at you, that's when people get their attention. If I start talking about these things I'm talking about can be talked about in other situations, but now that I've mentioned this one and you are guilty as charged, carry pen and paper, sit down and listen to me. So the first thing I want you to do is to start doing something. Yes, I've had cases where women will say, oh, my husband said I should not work, my husband said I should stay in the house and all that. No problem. I'm not saying you should not obey your husband, but remember too, when the moment you start disobeying your husband, you are being rebellious to God. That is the truth, period. So respect your husband. Don't do something, no problem. These are the things I want you to sell to him. Have you heard about drop shipping? You've not heard about it. Okay, it's something I need you to consider. Drop shipping is something you do from the comfort of your house. You can vlog from the comfort. I'm vlogging from my house. Yes, you vlog from your house and YouTube pays you. You go to the market. Yes, you still go to the market to buy things. Go to a neighboring market close to you where they sell things we use every day, like clothing, like hair, earrings and all that. Take good pictures, come back to the house, use your phone and snap and post. Even if you make like 5,000 every month, outside what you get from your husband is a whole lot. So I need you to consider drop shipping. That lots of sites on Instagram now that allows you to drop ship, even on Facebook. Take their pictures, put on your page, then put your own price. Do sponsored ads. Since you cannot go out to talk to people, run sponsored ad from the comfort of your house. You see people getting to ask you how much. Do it on Facebook. Yet you're not going to work, you're not going out, but you're raking in incomes. So I need you to consider getting money. I need you to consider getting something doing from the comfort of your house as a housewife. Then again, I want to talk about saving up. Oh, there's no money, I don't do anything. How do I save up? Trust me, if your husband is okay, I'm not talking about well-to-do people, but well-to-do people are also involved in what I'm talking about. Do you know that a lot of women that got married to wealthy men, they don't save? What they do with their phones almost every time is to buy things online. Buy, ship, buy, ship, buy. You see, Christmas that is still coming. they've already finished buying everything they want to use for Christmas. They do shop online, shop online, shop online, shop online. But is that the way to go? If that money stops coming, what will you do? What will become of you? That's how this second point came about. You should be placed on salary. Ask your husband to place you on salary. If you went to school like I did, you're a master's degree holder, and you're sitting in the house, you're not doing anything, reach an agreement with your husband. Ask him to pay you. If he says you should not do drop shipping, he doesn't want you to get busy on the phone, you will not have time for him and the kids, no problem. Now, let him place you on salary. Outside the monthly upkeep he gives to you, he should make sure he places in your salary such that every month you are sure that a certain amount of money comes into your account. And when that happens, make sure you save up money. Because of the rainy days, it will not always be rosy. So ask for salary, and when that is achieved, save up money. Divide the salary into two. Do whatever. A lot of us want to send money to our parents, help our siblings, and help people around us, no problem. But you need to put yourself first. Can you love your neighbors, or can you love your neighbor more than yourself? The answer is no. The Bible says love yourself as your neighbor. Okay? Now, you have to sell investment ideas to your husband. I will use my father for an instance. My father was a good businessman. He was doing well business-wise. But I want to say, because he wasn't exposed as such, and my mom could not also do this thing I'm talking about now. Nobody sold investment ideas to him. By the time he started investing, started thinking about building his own house and all that, the money has started nosediving, like it has started going down. So you have to sell investment ideas to your husband. Most times, rich people want to buy a house from 10 million, 15 million. If it's not million, they are not buying. Now, most of them end up buying cheap properties at, some remote locations, like some rural areas or undeveloped areas. They buy properties from undeveloped areas, and they don't get to develop them. They'll be like, I have 10 plots of land here, I have 5 plots of land here, and they've not developed anyone. So you need to encourage your husband. Start developing your properties. Stop buying. Start developing. There's no best time to start developing. So it's not just enough to acquire properties. You have to develop them. So get him to start developing those properties. Get him to invest in real estate. Get him to invest in a lot of things. Well, I am from Igbo and we believe in business. An Igbo man, first of all, wants to ensure that his business is doing well, he's doing excessively well, start going abroad, bringing in goods before he starts thinking of investment. Investment is usually what comes to an Igbo man's mind when he must have balanced. That is the truth. But I'm telling you that you need to start investment now. Start from where you are. Start making provision for investment. As you have seen that he's okay, you people are comfortable, tell him, honey, start investing. That property at so and so place, I need you to start developing it. That property at so and so place, I need you to fence it. From there, you'll be able to, fall back to something. It's not enough to start buy property, start developing them. When the chips are down, okay, I know you can sell those properties, but when you have a building that is already rented, people definitely will fall back to rents and other things. Is that right? It takes me to the next point. Avoid frivolous expenses. What am I talking about? Impulse buying. A lot of us buy on impulse a lot, and people that are well to do are culprits here. They are guilty of this particular point. Buy what you need. Don't buy because it's trending. You need to save up money. Ma, remember you don't have a job. Remember you don't have anything to your name. These are the people I'm targeting. The people that depend on their husbands for, they want to buy hair, they want to buy this. You have to cut down your expenses. You must not buy everything you see on social media. I know we are wiser now. A lot of things are happening. A lot of things are unfolding. Don't buy because people are buying. Don't also buy because it's raining. Buy the things you want. The things you need. Sorry. You have to put your needs over your wants this time. Okay? So this is something I need you to consider. Cut down your expenses. You are not in any competition. You're not in competition with anybody. So I need you to cut down your expenses. Bring it down, sister. You don't need it. Is that fine? The next point is, I'm a Christian and I know that a lot of my followers are also Christians. Even if you're a Muslim, I don't know, I can't talk about that because I only know about my religion. You need to start giving to God. A lot of us have all the money there is, but we don't give to God. Do you know that you cannot save or sow seed or pay your tithe for those that believe in tithing, or, give to God as often as you can, and when you have issues, it won't show up for you. As Christians, we are being taught to sow seed, to give to God and all that. And trust me, it helps. It's written in the scripture that God owes no man. He cannot owe you. He cannot leave you stranded. If you are when they say they are doing this thing in church, you are part of the people contributing. When they say they are building in church, you are part of the people contributing. A lot of us go to church, but we don't even give offering is a problem. To even say, God, I've come to say thank you is a. When was the last time you carried your family to the church to say, we've come to thank God as a family? Have you done that recently? Have you done that in the past 3 years? Yet you're happy, your children are healthy, you're doing well, but when the chips are down, you start sleeping in church. This is the time. This is the time for you to seek God now that everything is rosy. You go to church, but you don't know that the diesel you use in church is being financed by members of the church. You get pressed, you go to the toilet to ease yourself. You don't know that people buy detergent and the things they use to wash the toilet, even the tissue used in the toilet, people take care of those things. We need to learn. You have to start sowing. You have to start being involved. Until you start servicing God. Until you start servicing God by being part of things doing in the church, He might not be able to service you as well. Things might get rough. What do you fall back to? Do you get my point? Does it make sense to you? Sow into the church. Give to God. And when you have issues, He will also show up for you. So here, the last point is there should be a balance. You should balance everything. If you have something doing, if you get something doing, you need to take some burden off this man. You don't allow the man to do everything in the house. I've heard a lot of women say, it's not my responsibility, he's the one that should do it. Hello, it is our responsibility. It is our responsibility. Yes, it is our responsibility. You must support that man. Your money is not just meant for solving personal issues. Your money is not also meant for, saving, sending to your people and all that. You need to show that you care. Small things in the house, you could do that. I'll give you an instance. One of my aunts or one of my aunties, she was a business person. She takes care of the feeding in the house, and the husband does the other things in the house, like paying fees, going abroad, changing cars, managing cars, paying rent and all that. She takes care of feeding, and I loved it so much. Like I became so close to her because of the way she was managing her house. She was taking care of feeding. Yes, feeding is expensive. If you cannot, you can just decide to support your husband. You can tell him, okay, I have this amount to add up. I met one of my friends some time ago. She told me, I was going to the market. She was supposed to follow me to the market. She said, she can't go, that the husband is complaining about not having so much money at the time. And I'm like, okay, if that is the case, you can join me. Because I went to her shop. She said, join me how? I said, use your own money. Now she said, that she has not done it before. I said, what? And the things I'm going to buy are not like everything. No, I was just going to a particular market to buy fish and stockfish and crayfish. So it's not as if you need up to 100,000 to go to that market. You just need like 20K, 30K to go. She was not like, so can she? I said, yes now. She said, because she heard that she's not supposed to. I said, who told you that? So your circle is also important. The people you relate to is also important. Except the man is abusing the help you rendered, or he does not, even when he does not appreciate you, make sure you are contributing. Let him bring his own part. Add your own part and make sure it is visible. Before the month starts, go to the market, or I don't know how you want to run it, but make sure that you are buying something for the house. He is seeing that you're making tangible contribution to the house. Let him come back and see provisions. Let him come back and see diapers. Let him come back and see that you've gone to buy fish and stock fish. Then, if he decides to refund you, fine. I know a lot of men will say, no, let it not be that a woman is feeding me. No problem. But make sure that your money is visible in the house. Make sure that your money is being used and the man is seeing your efforts. If not, tomorrow he will ask you, what have you contributed since you started working? What have you contributed since you started doing business? What have you contributed? You stay in the house, you don't do anything. So I am telling you, I know you must have learned one or two things from me. Don't sit around in the house and say you're a housewife. There are lots of things you can do. You can even start venting wig from your house. You can even start doing closure from your house. You can start treating this human hair. Since human hair is not the talk of town, you can start treating human hair from the comfort of your house. When they send it, you also send back using a dispatch. You don't necessarily have to get people to come to your house. Send your own dispatch to them, share the bill with them. After the job, send it back to them. There are lots of things you can do without having an interface, without people coming to your house. I need you to start doing something before that paycheck stops coming. I need you to start doing something when, things are rosy. Trust me, the last incident on Instagram about a car vendor, someone that is into a car dealer, was doing well. At some point issues happened, they went to juju, they went to babalawo and all of those things. All those stories could have been averted. Like, those stories could have been avoided if they were actually saving well when things were rosy. We've had lots of stories when people were doing well and all of a sudden they crumbled. I don't know what happens. I don't want to talk about village people. I want to talk about how it could be avoided if actually funds were put in good use. If lifestyles were cut down, you must not stay in Lekki if you don't have money to live in Lekki. You must not stay in Odili Road when you know what you can afford is staying at Rumola, staying at Obibo, staying at Eleme, staying at wherever. You don't have to belong. Nobody measures these things. We are just running kata kata kiti kiti. Nobody measures these things if you live a low-key life. It's only when you put your life out there on social media and, maybe when you try to belong, that's when people want to dig into you to know what you're up to. But if you don't put your life out there, trust me, nobody's interested in what you have or what you are doing. There's no competition in the kind of school your kids go to. Man, we don't care. Nobody measures that. Nobody comes to check the school uniform your kids. Nobody, except you are into competition with some sort of clique or your friends, which I need you to cut down. A lot is happening. Cut your coats according to your material. You have to live your life according to where you are at the moment. Then you also expect the best from God. You cannot, yes, my pastor used to say, you cannot have a 5x5 dream. And I've forgotten how he said it, but you need to live your life the way it is at the moment. Nothing like fake it till you make it. Don't fake anything. It has killed so many. Why fake it? No need. Stop faking it. Okay? So I need you to go over this video again. If you don't really get what I'm saying, start doing something. Stop complaining that you don't have money, your husband doesn't want to empower you. He doesn't need to empower you. A lot of businesses need to start them without being empowered by a man. Drop shipping, do you need money to start it? No. I think you just need to register with peanuts and you start up from there. You don't need money to start some businesses. You don't need to send your kids to the village because there's no money anymore. You don't need to move from where you are at the moment if you prepare well. Then again, if you try all these points and you still need to go 2 steps lower from where you are or a step lower from where you are, Do it in good faith and trust God that everything will get back to normal, like things will get better. Don't be ashamed to come down from your class. No, it's happened to a lot of people. Come down, adjust, trust God, and you go back to where you used to be. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I know you must have learned a thing or two. Please live in the moment. Don't overdo it. A lot is happening out there. Don't put yourself under pressure. Don't put your husband under pressure. If where you are at the moment measures up with what you have, please don't fake it. Stay right there. Keep trusting God and things will change. Subscribe to my channel. I have lots of content for you, okay? I love you. See you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.